So, guys, welcome to the journey of a Cameroonian YouTuber. And today's video, we are going to talk about some differences between colleges and universities. I am making this video because I believe most of us we are from the broke community. Of course, a lot of you are already saying that. When most of you are addressing or maybe introducing yourself, you are like, Milton, I'm from a broke community. So this is the video you need to watch. Now, I want to draw out these differences, all right, similarities and differences, a kind of something, so that you understand where you actually stand in, all right, because it is very, very important for you to know where you actually belong, so that before you do your application, you should know what you are going in for. First, I want to tell you that Canada is a country. If you intend to migrate to Canada, there is no need chasing unnecessary degrees, all right. You shouldn't think that maybe if you have a master's or PhD, that's when you are going to get too much money. That thing may work somewhere else. I really don't think it's that necessary in Canada. Of course, you need qualifications and experiences, but it's not really a criteria in Canada. Okay, so let's talk about this issue now. I would first of all start with the issue of post-secondary education institution, and I want to tell you that post-secondary education institution simply means that you are going to be studying maybe after your high school. All right, if you look at it very well, it looks like it's after your degree, but it's after high school. Now it all depends again on the country or where you are coming from, because we don't have the same education system all over. Now, understand that when you talk of post-secondary studies or education institutions, you are talking of universities, you are talking of vocational schools, you are talking of colleges, all right? So today we are going to talk about colleges and universities. Now, I want to tell you that in college or in colleges, it's possible for you to gain employment skills. It's equally possible for you to get career objective or career change or career training, and equally you can go into trade. All right, colleges deals more with trade. Okay, then colleges are more practical. For example, you can just, if you are a hairdresser in Africa, you might just decide to apply to a college, though you have maybe a degree in maybe economics, and you are currently, maybe you dropped out of school 6 years ago and you already own a hairdressing salon. Why not? There are colleges in Canada that will teach you hairdressing for 1 year, all right, and it's possible to go study this program. If you have been watching my videos and following what I said about how to write your letter of explanation, then you will know why it's possible for you to study, to have a salon, you are a hairdresser, and you apply to go and study hairdressing in Canada. All right, so colleges are more of skills, career training, and all the rest. While university focus more on let me say analytical training, all right, more of science, more of research, more of reviews, and all the rest. So most of the times, all the research work, review papers, journal articles are being written by university students. All right, you will not find a student in college writing all of that. No. So these are some of the differences you should know. Not that if you want to take this part, if you really want to choose, you should understand that colleges are more of practical training, teaching you how to just go into the field and do your work. Broke community, please pay attention to this. There is a section I'm going to come to. I will come to the course and flexibility, and you understand what I mean. All right, now again, if you want to study maybe in a college, all right, you should be looking at 1 year programs, diploma programs. You should be looking at 2 years diploma programs, 3 years diploma programs, and equally you should be looking at maybe 4 years diploma programs. So this is how it is in colleges. And 1 year diploma programs in Canada are called postgraduate certificate programs, while 2 years diploma programs in Canada are called diploma programs, while 3 years programs in Canada are called advanced diplomas. I mean at the level of the colleges. Now, if you are going to be going in through a college, all right, then if you are studying a 4 years program in a college, it's now termed a degree. Like for example, if you are studying such programs at Seneca College, that is already a degree. All right, so now it depends on you. If you are broke, what did I tell you? If you are broke, you don't need to go and start chasing 3 years 4 years, 2 years programs. Go to the 1 year programs, which are postgraduate certificates. Now, for degrees, for universities, they also offer degrees, bachelor's degree, master's degrees, PhD. So this is the how you need to know, or these are some of the things you need to know. Like I explained to you at the very beginning of this video, that if you have a diploma and someone has a PhD or master's, you guys will still work together, in as much as you have the postgraduate work permit. All right, don't go to Canada because you want to chase unnecessary degrees. They are not needed. All right, these things may be useful in our various countries in Africa, maybe Asia. These things are not needed in you just need a diploma and you start making money, you start working, as simple as ABC. But if you want to be a professor, a lecturer, then that is when you now need to go to a university to obtain all those things. Again, when it comes to size, looking at the population size, diploma program, or let me say colleges, all right, the size is not that much. All right, you may have a class of maybe 25, 30 students, 40 students, maximum 50 maximum. But when you go to a university now, you are now going to start counting from 100 people. All right, occupy maybe a 600 theater and 800. I remember there is one of the halls in my University of Buea in Cameroon that can take 750 plus, and in other universities across the world you have many more people. So you may not have these enormous populations, or in university you will not be able to have these enormous populations like this. All right, so this is what you should understand. Now, flexibility in terms of courses, which, when I say flexibility in terms of courses, I mean its colleges are very flexible in such a way that, first of all, before I continue with the flexibility, like I explained to you, universities will have a lot of population. Now, for flexibility in terms of courses, you may be going into a college to study a 1-year program, whereas you already have medicine, or maybe you have a bachelor's degree in medicine. All right, but at the end of the day, when that's the flexibility is there, you can then decide that you want to study maybe nutrition, a 1-year nutrition program in a college, or maybe you can then start a different career path. I hope you understand. That's the flexibility I mean in a college. But first, when you are doing this, you should be able, remember everything I've said, and remember you equally need to convince the visa official that though you have a bachelor's degree in medicine, they should be convinced to give you the visa to go and study this program. I hope you understand. You must convince them beyond reasonable doubt so that they can give you the visa. So different courses, different programs, and all the rest, they are not the same. Okay, so the small population, but for a master's program, a bachelor's program, a PhD program, you cannot change a course, or let me put it this way, you cannot change a course. And again, the population size is so enormous. If you've done something for bachelor's and you are going into a university, let's say your bachelor's was in geology or environmental science, you might just do something related to that in masters. All right, then let's say if you did medicine before, you might just be going in for a particular specialty in medicine, all right, for masters. I hope you understand. So these are the various differences. Now let's talk about course and some other things you need. Now, as the member of the broke community, there is one thing. If you are applying to college, or even thinking of applying to college or universities, you should put that in mind. Cost is very important. If you take a closer look at most community colleges, you will realize that tuition fee range from $10,000, $12,000, $15,000, $17,000, sometimes $18,000 maximum in most community colleges, right? But now, if you go to universities, you will find tuition fee ranging from 20K, 25K, 23K, 26K, 27K, like even schools in Quebec and Alberta, right? Check very well, you are going to see. I'm not saying that there are no maybe cheaper options. No, there are cheaper options, but of course, you have to have these figures. Yeah, if you check, you are going to find what I'm saying. So now, if you are broke, your target should be a community college. You can decide to go for a college that is cheaper than maybe a 1-year program, a 2-year program. It depends on you. Like I said, if you don't have enough time, if you don't have enough money, if you don't have resources in general, just go and take your 1-year program in a community college. Like I always advise you, right? Now, even looking at the application for most community colleges, you will understand that colleges are somehow lenient when it comes to applications. All right, if you want to apply for universities, they may be asking you for motivation letters, they'll be asking you for reference letters, maybe some will be asking for proposals, exposés, and a lot of things, even letter of intents. All right, yeah, most universities will do this. But if you look at colleges don't ask for all of this. In as much as you have your transcript, your degree, and maybe even high school qualifications. They will give you an exam to write. Most colleges will decide to give you an exam to write. So it's very easy to go into colleges than state universities. Colleges don't really care, all right? That's something you should pay attention to. And even most of that, universities would take the best of the best. For example, if you are enrolling in maybe at the University of Manitoba or the University of British Columbia, they may be looking at maybe people with somehow second class, third class people who hardly enter into universities in Canada. Take this from me. But before you know, if you have just even the third class, you are going to a community college. It's hard for colleges to reject people, all right? So I'm explaining this so that if you have been having such doubt, you should know that you can use your degree, whether it's third class or whichever one, and go into community colleges. Look for a college. There are cheaper colleges which are even cheaper than maybe 8,000 and below. But again, competition is usually high, all right? Most of the times you may find colleges that despite the fact that most of them will even ask for an application fee, but most of the times the documentation is so tedious. University, they will be asking for a lot of documents, all right? And again, looking at the time frame, colleges are easy to finish, let's say 1 year, 2 years before you know you are done. Maybe university 3 years, 4 years, you are still there. The time frame when it comes to application, when you apply for a university and a college, it depends anyways on the college, but I think looking at the proportion, mostly you will have a faster results from colleges. Most colleges, some will take even more than 2 months, of course, but the ratio is usually college greater, university smaller. So I would suggest that you really look at what is okay for you. If you want to go into degree programs, why not go into universities? If you have the money to pay, then what is the problem? No issues, fine at all. If you are looking for videos on proof of funds, check this YouTube channel. Remember, if you go without liking or subscribing on this YouTube channel, you have not done me any good, because I have brought knowledge to you, but you came and you didn't support the movement. Please click the subscribe button and like this video till we meet again in another one.